Hello and welcome to the Home of the Ghost Owl, back for another one of our Total Warhammer 3 faction focus videos looking at the possible lords and heroes that could be added to the various factions. The 12-month roadmap has been released. We can see there will be new lords and heroes added into the game for various different factions. Harry the Hammer has just been added into the game as a legendary hero for Warriors of Chaos. So as a big fan of Warhammer Fantasy Battle and Total Warhammer 3, I thought it'd be interesting to see who else we might see in the game in the future, and also put my spin on who I might choose. Now, because there is so much lore out there, decades of lore, hundreds of books, I do want to keep the list relatively narrow in terms of those that are most well known, but more in particular either have miniatures or at least rules in their latest edition army book. And we can see that Creative Assembly does tend to lean that way, though that doesn't mean that we haven't seen them add in both factions and characters in the game from scratch. So when we look at the Skaven are in a pretty good place. They're one of my favourite factions in the game. I'm a big fan of both Ikit Claw and Deathmaster Snitch. They've got 6 legendary lords. They're in a pretty good place with regards to that. That's not to say they couldn't have another lord. The Lizard Men, I think, have 7 lords. We've got Queek Headtaker, Skrulk, Ikit Claw, Snitch, and Throp the Unclean. They were all in the 8th edition book as lords. Tretch Craventail was in the book as well, but he was in as a hero. But, we've seen a number of heroes that have been made into lords. Possible lords, well, look, can you even talk about the Skaven without Thanquol? Thanquol with Bone Ripper has to be in the game, right? Has to be in the game. He's such an iconic character. When we consider other lords out there, Nurglich, I don't see really him coming into the game. We already have Skrulk, and I think we could do without Nurglich. You've got Screech Vermin King. Now, he's really interesting because essentially he is the named character of the Vermin Lord model that was in the game. I love the Vermin Lord models. I love their focus on whether it's Clan Verminus or Clan Eshin. The Clan Eshin Rat Ninja Vermin Lord, for want of a better term, was such a cool looking model with abilities. I'd love to see the Vermin Lord in the game. And if you did put that in, then you could quite easily see Screech Vermin King put into the game as well. Both Thanquol and Screech Vermin King are big characters. Thanquol definitely the biggest, though. But both of those I could see being legendary lords in the game. And, not every faction needs the same number of lords or heroes, right? So, there's no reason why either one of those couldn't be put in. Maybe Screech Vermin King actually becomes the legendary hero who's summonable, or that you can have summonable vermin lords as opposed to having them as actual entities in a permanent entity in a faction, in an army. So I don't know, we'll see. But those are definitely possibilities and definitely the most possible ones that I can think of. There is no current heroes for the Skaven. There's one 8th edition hero that hasn't been sort of put in the game yet. That's Squeal Gnawtooth, and I think he's really interesting because he was perhaps one of the greatest packmasters for Clan Moulder. I think he does have a sort of a big effect around things like rat ogres, giant rats, rat swarms, and so on. So, as a legendary hero, he could be quite interesting, giving bonuses to those. Do I really think he needs to be a lord? No, I don't. I think I'd rather see him as a hero, giving bonuses to some of the beast elements. I say the giant rats and so on. So I think I really don't think we need to see him as a lord, but as a hero, absolutely, because I really want to see Thanquol first and then Screech Vermin King. If we're going to add legendary lords, I'd rather see those two in the Skaven faction. But I think overall Skaven in a pretty damn good place overall. I generally like the way they play. There are some I think that are better than others, but overall I think Skaven are in a good position in Total Warhammer 3. So there you go. That is my take on what I think I think the Skaven could go in the future in terms of lords and heroes. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it though, give it a thumbs down. and let me know why in the comments down below. And if you disagree with what I've said here, or you think there's characters or heroes that should be in the game that I haven't included, then put that in the comment below and we can have a discussion about who and why you think they should be added to the Skaven faction. If you want to see more videos, please hit that subscribe button. It's totally free for you to do, but it means a lot for me, so thank you for that in advance. You've been watching The Ghost Owl, and I'll see you very soon.